Okay. Yeah, we're gonna quickly go through 15. Then, no, actually, in fact, 15, I'll spend more time going through it. Okay. But kidding, because I am going through 16 again. So it's up to you whether you want to listen. Okay. Or if, let's say, if you have already, you know, you can just leave it on and maybe do your own things at the same time. Okay. Because I understand you've already attended the makeup for 16 together with the rest of my class for Wednesday. Okay. All right. Share screening. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, Kitming, correct. Yeah. So yeah, I think it will not be useful for you if you stay and listen to 16 again. Okay, so maybe I'll just start with 15 first. And while we're doing 16, if let's say you find that I've covered already, and just leave it on maybe in case, I sometimes when we cover compre, there may be some thought processes that are not covered. So you can leave it on, don't leave the Zoom chat yet. Okay, but I think at the same time you can do your own things. You don't have to focus so much on it. Okay? All right, because I don't want to waste your time as well. Okay, now let us get started. This was the lesson we missed last week actually. We were supposed to cover, different methods to start an introductory paragraphs. Actually, it's really useful for this one because a lot of times I think we struggle with writing introductory, like how to start, right? So this is important and it's useful for you. Okay, and then composition and current affairs basically today. Okay, so I'm going to go a bit faster because considering we still have to go through worksheet 16 later. Yeah. Okay. So naturally, of course, by now you're very clear with this, that an introduction is for you to grab the reader's attention. Okay, you want to get their attention first. And of course, you want to hook them in for them to read your compo. Okay, so it must be something really interesting that draws them in. Sherman is here. Let me just get him in first. Yeah. Sherman is here. I'm only left with Zuo Jun. Zuo Jun is not here. He wasn't here also on Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Sherman. Okay, Sherman. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a little bit faster because we have to cover both tutorial 15 and 16. So what happened is that actually the makeup class on Wednesday is for you to come and attend, so I can cover 16 first because that's my another Sec 2 class on Wednesday. Okay, so I think out of all of you, only Kiet Ming attended. So that means Kiet Ming has already gone through tutorial 16. So I gave him the option to sit out during when we're going through 16 later. But for the rest of you, I'll still be covering 16 and 15 this week. Okay, so I'll be going a little bit faster. Yeah. Yeah. So why Kiet Ming can sit out is because he came for the lesson on Wednesday, and I think there's no need for him to sit down and listen again one more time. But of course, keep it on. Please don't leave yet. He will be maybe focusing on other work while listening. Okay, because sometimes we go through different things, right? The thought processes are different, the discussion is different also. Okay, so just leave it on first, but you can actually do your own things at the same time. But for the rest of you, we will be going through both, and I think you do need to pay attention for both tutorials 15 and 16. Okay, so we'll go through 15 first, right? Then maybe second half we'll go through 16. That's when Kiet Ming can sit out if he wants to. Yeah. Okay, so so basically 15 is to cover ways to start an intro, right? So grabbing readers' attention, sometimes we just want to remember for especially expository. I think you're in Sec 2 now. You're probably exposed to expository. You need to present your thesis statement. Thesis statement is always in the introductory paragraph. Okay? Right? So what does the thesis statement do? The thesis statement basically gives your reader a direction of what you're going to write about for your entire essay. Okay, so it will be found in your intro because it's like a signboard. So imagine it as a signboard. It will give you a sign on, what is coming up. And sometimes readers want that. They need that. They need a direction. Okay, so it's important to do that, yeah? And of course, introduction is always in the first paragraph or the first few paragraphs. Okay, right? Okay, so one of the ways to start a sneak preview, like for example, what lessons have you learned? Let's say the topic is what lessons have you learned so far through life in school? Okay, maybe I'll get someone to read. How about Kiran? Kiran, can you read this passage, please?
6 years of primary education and 2 years of secondary school life has taught me some life lessons that I believe will prove useful both as a tertiary student and a working adult.
Okay.
I learned that hard work pays off and that at times I need to submit to rules for the greater good.
Very good. Thank you so much, Kiran. Okay, so over here, actually, the one in white is the thesis statement. Okay, so he gives the reader a direction. He's definitely going to talk about how hard work actually pays off and how you need to submit to rules. So this one can appear in body paragraph 1 and 2. Oh, Zuo Jun is here. That's great. Everybody's here today. Okay, right. Okay, so like I said, for introduction, there must be a thesis statement. Okay, the one in white are the thesis statement. Okay, Zuo Jun is still connecting. Hi, Zuo Jun. Still connecting to audio. Yeah, right. Okay, Zuo Jun can hear me, right? I think you have successfully connected to the audio. Basically, I'm just going to summarize what I said just now. I think I repeated a few times. We're going to cover tutorial 15 and 16 today because we missed the lesson last week. Okay. Because I was sick, and I think we also extended for you to join the makeup on Wednesday. So Wednesday we actually covered tutorial 16. Okay, but I think other than Kit Ming, the rest of you did not attend the makeup. So I will cover both tutorials 15 and 16 today. Okay, so I'll go a little bit faster. Yeah. Okay. All right, so this is tutorial 15. It's on how to start introduction. And we were just talking about thesis statements. So the one in white is actually the thesis statement whereby you give your readers the direction. So what is this method? Okay, we are going through different methods to start an introduction. So actually you can give a sneak preview. It's more like, I think in primary school, what your teacher uses, the term is actually setting the situation. Okay, like giving a sneak preview of like a movie, right? You will roughly know, or actually, you will not entirely know what's going on in the movie, but it somehow draws you in, right? Because when you watch the sneak preview, then you will be a bit tempted to watch the movie. Yeah. Okay, so this is just method number 1. We're gonna move on to method number 2. Okay, method number 2. We can also use a definition. I think maybe your primary school teacher has told you that before, right? So what does it mean by definition? I think can we get V Marine? You have not shared with me your real name. Is that your real name? Or can I call you Kabilan? Are you Kabilan? Okay, can you read this passage, please? Kabilan? Okay, the topic is what does winning mean to you? Okay, yeah. All right, so that's your real name because I always see you as V Marine on the records. Okay, Kabilan. Right. Kabilan, which school are you from? Are you able to speak through the speaker? Bukit Batok. Okay, thanks so much, Kabilan. Let me just record down first. Are you able to speak through the speaker?
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is there lesson on Wednesday? There was a lesson on Wednesday, Zojun, but it was offered to you all as a makeup. So we went through tutorial 16. Yeah, but apparently everyone from this class, I think only Kit Ming attended. So I will still be going through 16 for the rest of you. So only for Kit Ming, he can choose to sit up when I'm going through tutorial 16 later. Okay? All right. Yeah, Kabila, are you able to speak? I think I could hear you just now. So can you please read this passage? Kabilan, are you able to speak? Okay, maybe we'll move on to someone else first. Let me see. Zuo how about you? Next, yeah. Can you please read this passage?
Winning in the dictionary means to be victorious and successful. It can mean achieving success in an accomplishment or to never admit defeat. For some people, winning means conquering a weakness or defeating a mental block. Indeed, winning means different things to different people. To me, winning means overcoming the obstacles in life.
Okay, so basically they are defining what is winning. In fact, this writer actually gave a few definitions. It's not just the definition on the dictionary. He also defined what it means to him. He also defined what it means to different people as well. Okay, so you can actually start your essay with this based on the topic given to you. Of course, you have to identify the keywords first in the topic. Yeah. So to me, winning means overcoming the obstacles. So I think this one is the thesis statement. They are going to talk about how. Okay, so I think we can expect that in the body paragraph. He is going to talk about how winning means overcoming and how he actually overcame certain obstacles to define as a win for him. Okay, so method number 2 is a definition. Method number 1 is a sneak preview. Okay, so you have a few methods to use actually to start an essay. Yeah. Okay, method number 3, an anecdote or story. Okay, so I think Kabilan, he's mentioned that he was speaking just now. I think I couldn't hear him. Can anyone actually hear him just now? Yeah, I think maybe there's something wrong with your speaker. Okay, never mind. We'll move on to next person. Sherman. Sherman, can you read this passage, please?
As at a party, a friend Joanna wore a bright yellow dress. It made her face look swollen, and its length made her calories look thick. What do you think of my dress? She blushed. I could not bring myself to ruin her evening, so I lied. If there is nothing to be gained from telling a brutal truth, it is better to be suppressed.
Okay. An occasional white lie does not hurt. So this is the thesis statement. That means the writer is going to focus on how actually sometimes there is a need to tell some white lies. Okay, so basically the one in white is personal story, is an anecdote. It's an anecdote of the writer himself or herself, right? So it's based on a personal anecdote that you start your story. Okay, but a personal anecdote should not be that long. And also, if it's an expository, try to avoid writing too many anecdotes. You can have 1 or 2 at most. Okay, because if you write too many anecdotes, then it becomes that your argument or your information is not so accurate. Okay, so you do need to be more wary in terms of using your anecdotes. Yeah, I would say use it sparingly and make sure you use it appropriately as well. Okay. So we have sneak preview, we have definition, we have anecdote that we can use also to start our essay. Okay, we're gonna move on to number 4. Okay, a quote or a proverb. Okay, I think I'll move on to Kit May. Discuss the importance of getting an education. Kit May, knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
Okay, this phrase is. Can you continue reading, please?
I'm just
Oh, you muted and I unmuted, is it?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, so can you please start from this phrase? I think you accidentally press click muted.
Thanks. This phrase, often attributed to Francis Bacon, emphasizes the importance of knowledge. Knowledge
Hmm.
we